for example. Let's see how we get into it. Will be Fnatic side in the CT side. They've gone for a 4 armor setup. KRIMZ may refuse kit. The rest of the guys on the TQM side are heading towards B, it seems, with the bomb. And it's going to be cajunb towards middle by himself. Aggressive play for Fnatic to go to B apartments.
Again, it's Olaf and Dennis on the pistol round. He got a 5K last time. He's got 3 this time.
Oh my god.
He's only lost a support player in Olaf that pushed with him, and he's fallen back to the site with 100 HP, 3 kills in his pocket. If he does this twice, I'm not sure what we're going to have to do. cajunb bursts in, explosive at that, takes down JW. karrigan gets flusha, but Dennis is still alive, and finally he's down. But 9 kills over 2 pistol rounds. The first pistol rounds of each game. That's pretty impressive stuff. It's still a one-on-one. It's KRIMZ up against cajunb. Bomb able to get planted. KRIMZ is going to try and play this smart and passive. He's got no armor, but what he does have is the kit. And speaking of armor, his opponent does not either. That might favor him, but he gets tagged up, down to 48. He's now the weaker of the two. And cajunb, he's just going to sit on top of this. He spots him jumping through the window. He knows where KRIMZ is, sees him again as he goes to the right, and he can play this out. Times of the favor. And although KRIMZ goes for the peak, cajunb's having none of it. And finally, they'll get a pistol round.
There we go then. Although Dennis did everything he can, he was a menace once again. 4 kills to him in that pistol. Not going to be enough, surprisingly, though, as cajun comes up clutch and wins a one-on-one situation. Nice play from him as well. Kept it cool, and there's a nice little replay for you of the devastation Dennis inflicted towards the B apartments there. 4th kill in this game right now. But cajun, very nice play. Got the bomb down, read it very well. Saw KRIMZ jumping out the window and was able to capitalize from that point. Also, Fnatic will be buying up into this round. They have got a scout and 4 upgraded pistols as well. 3 CZs and a 5.7. Let's have a look at the way they're going to be approaching this one. Around, they really don't want to lose here in terms of morale. They're actually going to leave the bomb site B completely open. That's Fnatic, that is. As TQM will be assessing that situation right now. And at this point when the bomb goes down, Matt, and you haven't actually seen anyone, it's probably a good idea just to save the upgraded pistols and armor you've got. It's not even worth it. So you may not even see a single kill go down this round.
This is the interesting thing, though. karrigan's position, even if they don't get a kill, they're going to set up for exits. He's far enough. Never mind.
Okay.
I won't even finish the point.
Well, there we go. So karrigan goes down. At least they get another gun for their troubles. But like I said, once the bomb goes down, you take a risk by stacking certain areas of the map. This time they went for the A and towards middle. Didn't really get anything from it. They are getting kills here. olofmeister will be taken down in the end, but still 3 players remaining, or 4 players, sorry, for Fnatic. And they have got the Galil and Scout in hand as well. So they'll be looking to take those into the next round. TQM, bomb goes off. Pretty clean one for them. Make sure to get towards the bomb site, trying to go kill for kill. Dennis, though, lovely shot through the wall, a headshot as well, to get the 4th of the round, 3rd of the round, sorry. And
I mean, it still works out all right, because now they've got the gun saved. That force buy extends into the next round. Plus, they've picked up an additional one, and much like TQM, was doing to them in the first game, they're limiting the economy. They're forcing out these rebuys.
This is interesting now. Fnatic reading this quite nicely. They're actually gone for Dennis to upgrade to a Thanos as well. So this could work out quite nicely, considering TQM have 2 map 10s remaining as well. This round is on a knife edge. Not really sure which way this one's going to go down. Looks like TQM will be favouring towards that A bomb site. I'd assume more of a tactical execution this time. There's a smoke on top of the steps. And they get a shoot into the bomb site.
This is a good forward position as well from KRIMZ, and they've brought in a support with Dennis having that FAMAS. So the 5-7 in shadow. Dennis wants to try and find someone in that main connection point. Those A stairs he hasn't just yet. In fact, he goes down, caught in the open. They're going to push on to shadow. That flashbang gives KRIMZ position away. xyp9x gets caught up on the ladder, but still able to get down past the damage. He's on 15, but it won't matter. Olaf, meanwhile, will take karrigan. He tried to push through the underpass. Through the smoke puts dupreeh low enough, in fact, that Olaf's able to close that out. He's still up close. cajunb has damage on him, but needs to be careful. This Galil is going to try and penetrate through. It's flusha that gets the kill. The fire does damage, but it's not yet enough. 1 HP, 1 HP, and 4 HP over 3 players in Device. Able to walk over and simply take down 2 with 2 very quick bullets fired out. Look at JW underneath the box. Spots up xyp9x, lags, and it's back into a one-on-one. The scout, it's also a one-shot kill at this point because Device is already on 66. So if JW can play this right, if he can bide the right angle, bide his time, he'll be able to pull this off.
Yeah, this is all to play for still, but JW just 1 point of health. Just hoping Device gifts him the frag as he jumps over this fence in CT spawn. Hoping that Device doubts himself a little bit, but now he makes his move towards the bomb site. Device, though, just needs to stay alive, doesn't need to force it too much. I like this angle from him, not really much JW can do with this. Some sort of chance, headshot out of nowhere. It's going to be required.
And that smoke won't cover the cross either, so it's not like he could get fancy and try and go for that. Instead, he'll keep the scout. I don't know if he's going to make it far enough away, though. I think that's gone regardless. Yeah, there you go.
Well, there we go, then. Interesting round, but TQM capitalizing there. some big frags made with his device that stepped up and got the information from his teammates, went for the audacious play, jumped onto steps, double spray down to the low HP players, and there's the replay on your screen right now. Lovely stuff from him, just secures the round from a difficult situation. This nice little frag just spots the toes of Zipex there before the bomb was planted as well. That could have been a tricky situation for him to have the device not stepped up.
I think as much that smoke was also to make him think that he could potentially get on the bomb, and if Device had not been aware and not at that close position, good push from Cajun early to take down the pushing JW. He might have been able to force the gun to go down with the detonation, but Device was close enough. He heard it, he got away. Nade goes over, now new damage onto KRIMZ. dupreeh. He's already made it out through the connection point. It's Device instead that gets down onto KRIMZ, but flusha left 1-on-4. This is quite swift and quite efficient. So there you go. TQM's going to pick up 4 straight rounds. A great start so far on the T side of Mirage. But they will be faced with guns again this time from Fnatic.
Well, it won't be the best buy after they did decide to force buy in the second round. I'm not sure whether they have the AWP. It'll be interesting to see what kind of buy they can bring to the table. Whether they even have any kits is yet to be seen. But there we go. It's a nice A take from TQM. It's been around to 4-0. They do have the AWP. It's just on KRIMZ. Literally nothing else but some body armor and the AWP. Just about squeezes that one out. So we're going to round number 5. Well, will favour the AWP on both sides. So let's see how this one goes down as Device sneaks in through the pretty bad smoke placed by the CTs there. He actually gets the Tetris undetected as well.
Vic's going to try and clear out of Shadow. Molotov down the ladder, spray into it as well. Device, as you mentioned, undetected. Walked up, Dennis got caught off guard by that, and he did manage at least to kill. He's gone low on HP in turn, but karrigan off site right now at B. This works out well. Bomb's back toward T-spawn. By getting all these picks, it works out that they could work either bomb site. Fortunately, the bomb's going A, though, because the one thorn in all of that is the fact that Olof, and we saw him do this in the B site last map, is pushing again. He's at Horseshoe already. He could have cut off that bomb running toward B apartments. He's going to get cajunb for sure. There's no way he has any idea that he's here.
He had the footsteps, so he's just lying in wait and hoping he can get more for his money than just one kill. Waiting for the opportunity, though. Always going to present itself, but he's going to be waiting.
Olof's like, God damn it, why won't you just show yourself? He will get behind them. Bomb's coming back. He can still cut this off. He's going to do damage onto at least one. dupreeh gets him down. And that's a big kill to get. If Olof could have at least picked up one even and delayed things, got the information, then there was a chance. Now JW's fallen and the chance is gone. So is the round potentially. KRIMZ to get Zipex, but Bomb is going to get on top of the B site. 15 seconds left. It doesn't even matter. Device closes the kill.
There we go then. First 2 picks coming in for TQM. Looking nice and strong with those picks. They get the pick towards A from Device, getting into that Tetris box. karrigan wastes the rotation and the reaction from the CTZ towards B apartments. He finds the first pick there as well. Brings it in. olofmeister forced to do something. Gets towards the top and middle undetected, but unable to find anything from it. He gets flushed out. He goes 5-0 in favour of TQM. He's into round number 6 now. Fnatic, some upgraded pistols, a bit of body armour as well, but you can see TQM now just keeping nice mid-control going forward. 3 players will be working that area. And leave the bomb towards B apartment while we work out what's going on, whether there's any stacks coming in from the
dupreeh's already got toward that ladder room. flusha will have heard it, but so much control again from that position alone. cajunb through the smoke gets taken down quite low. In fact, 3 HP. The nade will do it. He manages at least JW before he perishes. And dupreeh gets back to flusha, so obviously he didn't quite have the full awareness that there was someone in ladder. Otherwise, he might have been more prone to check that as he walked around the corner. Bomb's going to head back over toward A, and Dennis is the closest to it. He's got the deagle from long range, but it would be pretty spectacular if they pull this round back at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be the 4-on-3. dupreeh towards that ladder room. 2 players inside as well. Steps, and the dupreeh does find that kill as well. That's to secure the round here. At this point, this is on Fnatic doing damage, and that's going to help as olofmeister does take down dupreeh. Potentially could have saved an AK there. He's going to be one on the floor for him ready.
He actually got the one in window, but didn't need to make that jump. That gives his position away. Might buy him some space to try and cross over into the underpass. Zipex looks away at the wrong time. He wanted to flash himself in, and that gets Olof the escape. So if he gets away with this AK, it wouldn't be a bad situation to have. Small consolation prize. Unfortunately, it's 6 rounds stacked against him, and then yet to break the deadlock right now, yet to break that shutout. Which does, of course, mean that the max round bonus is fully in favor of Fnatic right now.
Yeah, $3,400 going into the CT accounts next round, but TQM looking incredibly strong right now. As they enter 6-0, not making any mistakes this time. There were some blunders in the first map, but this time they're looking very efficient, a well-oiled machine. And now it's up to Fnatic to try and find some footing into this one. This game may be slightly running away from them at this stage, but all sort of played for, still 9 rounds to go, so Only takes us 1 round to get them back into it. You can see what they can do. I wouldn't mind some aggression here from Fnatic, guys. Go for that first pick. The buy is reasonable this time. JW going to be wielding the AWP this time, so I like to think of him as more of an audacious and here's the aggression we were hoping to see. Would it work out for Dennis?
Oh, he's got him.
Damage. Double kill for him. That's what we wanted to see. Lock down this mid control from TQM.
Cajun didn't even get a second shot in off that. You'd thought he'd be the second man back, get that rifle back out in time, but it didn't even matter. They hardly do damage to Dennis. karrigan compensates slightly, but not yet enough. And Xyp9x will, though. He brings it back to 3-on-3. KRIMZ goes down. JW jumps above, takes karrigan in turn, but he's forced it away from the fire, and that means A's given up. They've got to rotate through CT. It's flusha. He's now the in-game leader. He's going to do so. Bombs out some fire. That takes away the default plant position. They have to get more aggressive, find more kills, and Device does exactly that. Remember, Dennis is on low HP, but he's planning in the open. Xyp9x, he wants to try and fake this. They're both facing right now, and if Dennis can even pick up a single kill, it might close the round out. As Device gets flusha lurking forward, and it's now a one-on-one. 8 HP to work with for Dennis. Bomb down. Dennis knows that, but it's not yet in a position that he can easily secure it. So Device grabs that, knows Dennis is playing from the stairwell, and he wants to force the issue. There's lots of time to do so as well. 36 seconds. Device has had enough of cat and mouse. He's just going to put the bomb in position. And now it's up to Dennis to try and force it, to try and catch Device out. And Device doesn't want to move, doesn't want to over-rotate. He spots his head going back towards that stairwell. What he doesn't spot is the second rotation back, but having peeked it, he may be aware. No, he's not. Dennis gets the shot. And it's going to be the first round for Fnatic.
Looked like Device was reading that perfectly as well. Only had to land 1 bullet there. Got vision of Dennis, but some nice, slow, tactical play there from the newly signed player there. Works out for them to get their first round on the board. That aggression from the start of the round, I thought that was it, tied down. But the thing is, once you commit 3 players towards the middle, the call comes in. Okay, we spotted 3 players up towards the top of mid. You can probably have a fair chance getting to that A bomb site very quickly. That's exactly what TQM did. Managed to find the kills. Surprising enough, brought it down to the 1-on-1, and that's a huge, huge round for Fnatic to win there. But still, puts them in a pretty difficult spot. They do lose this round. It's going to be almost certainly a double eco after that one, going down to a 1-on-1 map. Still not out of the woods yet, even though they get their first round on the board. Is this...
I'm wondering, yeah. Seeing a lot of typing, so I'm wondering if we might have another tech. No, we're good. Freeze time's going. It seems as though there was a quick pause, but Fnatic called it, so it was probably a tech issue. Either way, we're back into it. This resets the money bonus, keep in mind. So picking up this round, TQM, they could fully break Fnatic immediately, force them onto their heels once more, and at 6-1, make it then 7-1 if that were to happen. And an eco, this round could slip heavily in their favor.
Well, it's a full AXQ coming in as well. They're changing up the pace. The first time they've actually dropped one of these. Dennis reacting, though.
He misses that, though. He thought he got through the arch. He didn't. He was against it. He's blinded up as well. They're going to shake hands. He shook hands with 2. They're shaking hands with the devil, and Dennis is going to take 2 before he gets spotted out. cajunb finally does the damage, but that was as awkward as you'd like. 2 versus 2. Bomb still gets planted, so TQM with a chance yet to break Fnatic. They want to try and retake both players coming from the jungle side. Fire contains cajunb in exactly that position, the firebox, and he spots at least the head toward the jungle, but doesn't see Olof coming over the stairwell. And Xyp9x has to be so smart right now, because 1 to peek and 1 to follow up on the trade. They're going to do it separately. That's a double 1-on-1 situation, but Olof holds on. Now, keep in mind the money's still low, but Fnatic get 2 straight rounds.
Yeah, they hold on for another one, but like you said, it still comes down to the 1-on-1. Their money still going to be stabilized just yet. They will be able to have a decent buy next round, but still need to start building up the rounds so they have convincing wins here. I'm not sure if they've broken the economy of the T side just yet, but this was very awkward exchange here. Dennis flashing himself through in front of the smoke there and somehow gets away. I think there's 3 kills in the end he gets. T's, I think they were assuming he was part of their little wolf pack there. They didn't seem to be reacting to it whatsoever. Quite an interesting play. Comes down to the 1-on-1. This time flusha going to be with the mag 7 towards middle, and that's a huge kill there. karrigan faces the AWP towards window. JW getting bested there as well as he jumps around the corner. Brings it down to the 5-on-4 in favour of the Danish side.
karrigan's going to try and open this up further. JW already gone. That's at the hands of his AWP, and again, that buy still favors them. Just flusha so low, has to go to the shotgun, which isn't quite as formidable on this map. It's just such an open space inside the sights. That'll do it, though. If Dennis can come in with yet another double kill. Bomb goes down, and TSM are down 2 men. TQM, TSM, that's not true, I lied.
Well, there we go. It's got to come down to the 4-on-2. karrigan still has that AWP. He doesn't want to manage to get them that first pick, but KRIMZ has picked up the AWP of his fallen comrade there, and they have got vision of the bomb as well. 50 seconds remain. The only real option they have right now is if karrigan finds a pick with Dennis in a great position, spots karrigan, does some decent damage, but that's a great shot from karrigan. Brings him back into this round. They still have 40 seconds to play with here. Zipex towards Palace, but he will be Molotov'd out.
I thought KRIMZ was going to take that shot, expecting in that smoke someone might peek. If he'd done it right away, he would have had Zipex, but he crosses over instead. Pop flash through that smoke. Olaf fully blinded up. There's the kill. Now it's back to the 2 versus 2, and the smoke at jungle. KRIMZ is the only one that can peek through it, and when he does, Zipex lines him up as well. That's 2 kills for each to bring it back in their favor, and it's the shotgun that's left to clutch this. Long range at that, and an AWP from karrigan. That's a huge round for TQM to pull back. So well executed.
How they got away with that, I'll never know. It seemed like Dennis, once he did the damage onto karrigan on that A ramp, I think he should have been just waiting and be a little bit more disciplined. You already like secured the round for them with the double kill to kick things off, and then him chasing down to lower ramp. Although obviously it was fantastic from karrigan to, I'm not sure if it was a no-scope, but he hit a real chance shot there. That ruins the money for Fnatic going forward. It's a fast play coming in from TQM. Device is trying to spot up. It's a full 8 stack coming in.
Big stack with a shotgun as well for
The auto shot.
KRIMZ, yep.
Okay, and force by
TSM, this is when they need to realize that they've broken the economy. Naturally, they should know that. It's pretty straightforward at this point.
Considering it's been so many close rounds, right?
Exactly.
Once every single time.
And the reset, all of the above. But more importantly, they need to make sure that they play it smart, knowing that, getting this information, that the stack is entirely possible. And here comes the push. They're actually going to force this fight. Flush is able to get one with the CZ. Device takes down that shotgun, but it's immediately re-grabbed. And they're still on such close quarter combat right now that TQM have to find the frags or bail out and look toward B, and they're going to push through. Flusha takes down Device. That gives them the bomb, but it is still a 3 versus 2, but not only giving them the bomb, it gives them an AK and an AWP.
It's Molotov, though. The AWP that Dennis had could have forced him out of position, but it doesn't matter. He picks up a kill into Zipex, brings it down to the 2-on-2. T's going to be pushing through that smoke as well. Flusha takes down dupreeh. Now got to leave cajunb with no bomb. Behind a wall of smoke as well, and 30 seconds to play with. How's he going to approach this one? Looks like Dennis is going to be changing up his position. I actually like this a lot. He's got enough time to do this. And even if cajunb does get the bomb, they can allow him to do that. I don't think he'll be expecting a player to be rotating around to connector.
I can't imagine. Free fires all the angles. Smoke. Lets him get the bomb, but it was intended to cover it all off. There's still a gap either way. He gets back, but like you say, this rotation from Dennis, he's just going to wait. No, Cajun, this is so good from him. He doesn't cross it over, so he's able to put it down, but then he backs up. He needs to watch his backside. Does hit the shot. Dennis goes down, and suddenly it's still a doable round, but Flusha clutches it out. And he'll not only that, recover the AWP. Fnatic had a plan. They went with it. They pushed right through and took the bomb completely away from them.
Yep, the only thing that could have gone wrong for them, it was cajunb planted in that exact spot there. And he does. But they managed to pull the round off. As long as they pincered him correctly, it should have been a given. And there it is. They get their third round on the board. And the force fire of the shotgun somehow works out for them. Nice aggressive play on Tway ramp. Get the bomb down. Get themselves an AWP. And like I said, that smart play. And not sticking together with the bomb there. Make it a little bit more tricky for the remaining terrorists, which is cajunb. And we go into round number 11 now. Still the money not stabilized for the CTs. Another big round for them. If they were to lose this, I dare say it's another eco situation coming up. So TQM definitely still in the driving seat as we enter this one. Looks like they're going for more of a B play here. The bomb is towards his apartments right now. One player's going to be karrigan towards mid. Hasn't got the AWP this time. It's going to be working off an AK play. As it looks like a faster B attack comes in.
They're pushing though. Still able to knock down 1+ bomb. Still in this. How does he overlook that? Olaf hits the shot, but that was a complete oversight by Device. And now at least they've got the sight. But not entirely. It's not comfortable. It's Olaf up close, and he hits at least one, nails a second on dupreeh, and it's down to the 1-on-3. And it's Zipex with bomb, who has to pull this back. Olaf eventually silenced, but what a round from him. Still, this AK wants the damage done, but KRIMZ has none of it. And Fnatic are pulling this back, despite getting the economy broken. That last round gives them a real chance to salvage something.
Yeah, these rounds are crazy. The fact that CZ plays towards apartments there, managed to get a kill. And like you said, he was undetected as well. Allowed olofmeister to pick up a couple of frags. That one there was absolutely nuts. That flick shot through the bench. Finds the kill and secures the round as finally they break the economy of TQM. They're going to be on a pistol round this time. No utility player as well. And olofmeister, he is in the zone right now. Picks up his first AWP shot of the round. Can he make it anymore? There it is. It's actually going to be allowed to the grenade to take it down. But still, simple round coming in from Fnatic. Finally going to keep everyone alive as well. So build up some bankroll here for once as they get to the 5 on the scoreboard.
And very, very convincing fashion with all 5 players up, so no more chances to try and silence Fnatic's money. As we get to the latter part of the half, TQM, karrigan, free to wear his own brand now.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
He's got to come up with a plan to try and get back in this because it's 2 rounds now. That's it. This was at 7-2. 6-0 before that, in fact. So Fnatic have done well.
This time, TQM going for the fast mid control. They haven't got much in terms of utility to play with. Just one more smoke here. olofmeister not going to be in the orb this time. Going aggressively on shore. Can smell a terrorist towards that ladder room.
This is a really interesting play for TQM to give up mid entirely, but still have a 3-pronged approach to their defense inside the A site. And they're all quite forward, so even if they walk through connector, they still have so much site control. You can smoke off jungle all you like, but you still have to take a fight with this approach. And KRIMZ gets at least dupreeh. That starts it off. Xyp9x pushes through, though, and catches Dennis. That brings it right back. And the bomb, it's approaching that A position. It's on its own. It's going to get caught. Olof takes down karrigan.
The problem is, he's got cajunb waiting that ladder room. He's being so patient here as well. I don't think Olof will even consider, or maybe he is. He seems like he's got some sort of idea the cajun will be here. It's just a battle of wits. And he's got to show their hand first. They have got one player towards the B apartment as well. And there it is. Olof wins the battle of patience and takes one down. Device is waiting for him, though. 3 on 2. Oh, the other terrorist is going to be Xyp9x, making his way towards T spawn. But the problem is the bomb is down towards that connector area. The T's have 25 seconds to make something happen here.
Xyp9x has to go for this bomb, but look at flusha. He just waits. He hears him coming. Doesn't get the kill on the peak, but pulls his attention away. That gives a chance. flusha actually gets Device. I was going to say a chance for KRIMZ to do exactly that. Just waited out knowing Xyp9x was coming, but great play from flusha to get the player inside the vents as well.
Didn't think he had a single chance there of making that shot happen. When that guy's got to see that in his hand, all bets are off. Whatever you think may happen, just forget about it because he can somehow make kills happen all day long with that weapon. They take another convincing round there, finding opening frags, and it's going to break the economy once again for TQM. They can probably justify a quasi-buy here, so they get the Tech 9s, armor, some smoke grenades as well. You'd assume it's going to be a full A execute. It's normally the go-to strategy, but Fnatic reacted to this very nicely indeed. As I say that, though, KGB finds that first frag with the Tech 9. KRIMZ going to just get one back and full retreat at this stage, and hopefully for his teammates.
The site, JW in the open does get caught off guard a little bit, but he's done enough damage, and KRIMZ is in a great position to pick up 2 more. And it won't make a difference, and suddenly we're at 7-7 after being 6-0 in favor of TSM, plus an economy reset at 7-2.
Okay, 7-7. After TQM game, what, 6-0 at one point, looked like this game was running away from Fnatic, but they've got straight back into it. Some very convincing rounds, some very close ones as well. A lot of clutch situations coming down to one-on-ones with very low HP, and Fnatic are going to finish this one off with the double AWP set up. flusha and KRIMZ wielding it this time. Seems like these guys switching this gun up any way they like, and there it is, JW, nice little AK spray to open things up. KRIMZ chimes in as well. Should be the round secured as Dennis rips off the head of Device.
That's the shot on KRIMZ convincingly. Bomb's way back toward Horseshoe, so they've got a long way to go to grab it. We saw karrigan and Xyp9x pull off a 4 versus 2 before. This one started out with 5. And JW's waiting so patiently. karrigan even slightly oversteps the mark here and doesn't check that stairwell. JW with his higher, slightly higher position has a great chance for the headshot, and that's what it results in. Took a bit to get there, but it's now left to just Xyp9x. And suddenly Fnatic have a chance to close out with the advantage in the first half. And after how this half did start, that's pretty remarkable. You have to look to that eco round as well, where they pushed through and secured the bomb. That was an impressive play, and that's ultimately why we're in this position now.
Yeah, absolutely. Force buys really are working out pretty well for Fnatic so far. Even if olofmeister dies there, it's kind of trivial at this stage. Now they're aware of his position. He still has to find a bomb plant. 25 seconds remaining. I'm not feeling too hopeful for him right now, but let's see what he can do. It is the last round, so obviously no choice but to go for it. There it is, JW finishes things off and actually brings the half advantage in favor of Fnatic. I really didn't think I'd be saying that after the first 6 round, man. It seemed like that one clutch that came down to it, I think it was the Dennis 1v1 on the A bomb side, that really did get them going. That's when they started building up some bankroll there and getting themselves in a decent position. And they finished off the half winning as well, so you have to remember, TQM actually won that pistol as well after Dennis got that big 4-man. cajunb comes back in, wins the one-on-one, and at least gives them a decent foundation to build on. They built on it, but after Fnatic adjusted and got their money rolling, it seemed like they really did know how to pull out all the stops there. So, big pistol coming up. I think it goes without saying. Fnatic already up 1-0.
I was going to say 1-0 map, but for pistols, they're up 2-1. The pistol in this game is the only one TSM has. And they're in a position where they need to equal that score. And to do so, kill Dennis.
Well, that seems to be the main problem right now. He seems to be getting 5 kills one round, 4 kills the next. And if you can kill Dennis, you are definitely setting yourself up for a more favourable position instead of letting him absolutely wreck you. Definitely has had some huge impact this tournament so far with that weapon. So
he must have got pistol lessons from Anders.
Yep. After that show match. Never forget Creamy Moses.
Creamy Moses.
Hope he's watching. Like that GIF that was released today.
Yes, that was awesome. I was gonna say if he's watching, he would have had to wipe the whipped cream out of his face.
Yeah, out of his eyes.
Yeah.
Still in his eyelashes.
Perpetually. I was saying that next week they should get the makeup artist to just like get Halloween makeup and just make like cream permanently on his face. Yeah.
Creamy Moses throughout the whole
Creamy
event.
Moses is now the official thing.
Well, for him, for every event.
Every event.
Well, it looks like the teams will be taking advantage of the maximum pause time you can take at halftime. Just to probably work out how Fnatic may be approaching this T-sided pistol. There are a few options you can take. You have the very simple school of thought, where you go for a straight up B rush. Can be very effective depending on the CT setup. Or most teams will go for a delayed A execute. Let's see what kind of buy Fnatic have gone for. They've got 3 sets of armor, 2 utility players, are pretty standard so far. Looks like a smoke will be going towards middle. And it's going to be flusha with the last remaining spray. Looks like an A split being set up map. There's that smoke. Presumably going towards CD spawn as well.
Karrigan knows this is coming, can hear them, tries to shuffle and scurry back inside safety. Gets spotted up and doing it, but he knows they're coming. Cajun hits 1 shot, make it now 2. As the X-ray, they just dissolve in front of Karrigan's position. It looked like he was going to come under threat, but suddenly Cajun saves him, bails him out. He goes down eventually to JW, but give it to the double Ds to follow it up. dupreeh and Device, 1 kill each, and KRIMZ. By the way, Dennis is dead, so it's KRIMZ in a 1-on-4. If it was Dennis, I would have said, okay, this is still doable, but...
Well, now he's been smoked off in towards Palace. No bomb, PT-50 in hand. Just 1 flashbang to work with. I don't really fancy his chances here. His best hope here is to get a couple of kills and build up some money for next round. Potentially he can buy himself a Tech 9 for free if he gets 2 kills here. Let's see what he can do. Just gonna make the CDs doubt themselves a little bit, perhaps. Maybe try and confuse him as to where he may or may not be going. Oh, that's gonna give the game away.
Yeah, certainly does. So TSM going to knot this up on 8, avoiding any eco situations or force buys coming out from Fnatic. They should be able to take an early lead on their CT campaign. And they're going to need that great shot from KRIMZ. Takes down Device. Inconsequential to economy where we are starting out on the pistol round, but if he finds more than this, it could get interesting. Eventually he has to commit. There was no chance. Time was up, as it were, and it's now 8-8.
Would have been interesting if the CTs actually let him live there, because he would have gone into the next
round.
Yeah,
that's true.
8 seconds, I'd probably be calling this does not even kill him. Let him have his 1 kill, and then only have $300 at the next round. But there we go. Pretty simple stuff there from TQM. cajunb stepping up huge. The A split comes in for Fnatic. It's read well. He gets 2 kills to open things up, and then Device doing some work with the Julies as well. Secures the round. Fnatic not done just yet, though. They're going to be force buying with the Tech 9s. 4 smokes as well. Looks like a full set piece onto the B bomb site. So expect smokes towards kitchen, window, jungle, bomb site, swarm in with a flashbang. The objective here, Matt, is to purely get the bomb down. They're not under any pressure to do this straight away. They know the CTs are probably going to be holding the bomb site off with smokes. As they are still waiting here. As olofmeister towards T-spawn right now. KRIMZ has got the bomb. Looks like, I'd assume olofmeister going to be waiting for rotations towards mid.
Free though, P90, good spot to be in. They'll flood on top of him. He gets 1 kill and 1 kill only because Dennis commits so far to that jump that JW holds the off angle. Olof's got a kill, so does flusha. And Xyp9x, I believe, is standing on the head. No, he went over top of the team player who gets the bomb down. Fnatic, how has this round come so quickly apart? As TQM left in a 1-on-4, it's cajunb. He needs to hold on to this M4.
Yeah, that was just really nicely executed for Fnatic. The idea behind that tactic is the 2 players playing in the towards the B bomb site, right? They're good at actually playing in 1-on-X situations at that point. The smoke segregates both of them. They can't synergize correctly. Unless dupreeh found 1 or 2, well, 2 kills in that situation, they could have had a chance going into it. He was so isolated towards our van area, only managed to find 1 frag, didn't have the utility to actually hold them off. And just fell apart from at that point. Individual play was required. Fnatic delivered the goods there, actually keeping 3 players alive after that successful round. cajunb does survive with the M4, so Not out of the woods just yet. The CTs definitely could justify a force buy of their own. But it'll be an interesting round going forward. That's a big one to lose for TQM.
That's an aggressive play out of that B site. And dupreeh just get overwhelmed. He went down so quickly, but the follow-up kill is what secured it, because then suddenly the site was gone. There was no quick rotations. And TQM, I mean, we saw cajunb. He had to commit to saving that the second the bomb went down. He couldn't even get close enough to come into the play.
It's a semi-force buy here from the CTs. They have got dupreeh and Device with dupreeh with head armor, Device with body armor, some upgraded pistols. But Fnatic taking things very slowly and methodically here. Just want to make sure they don't throw away any frags. And make sure it's a very clean round going forward. It's an A stack coming in from TQM. So just hoping that AXQ comes in here, but Fnatic are going to make sure they bide their time. Don't give anything away.
And that P90 still has a presence on that B side of the map, as right now this time it's in JW's hands. He's the one that's approaching onto that B side through the apartments. See Olof evaluating what's going on at middle. The one rifle in Cajun's hands.
What is it? He's going to be the linchpin here, Matt, if they're going to have any chance of doing anything this round. So JW is going to be towards the B apartment, straight off the end. He'll be utilising the windows this time to see if he can work a frag, taking the vision away from the CTs, just so he can ascertain bomb site, see what's going on.
Fairly quick rotation. TQM's in a good spot right now. If they can get the kills on Cajun, if you can get that rifle in the right position, does manage one, but watch the drop. They've gone past the apartments, they've gone through the window, and it's KRIMZ that gets it. dupreeh, he tries to stay silent and subtle in that corner, but it doesn't work out. And once again, they're going to get another bomb plant on this B site. karrigan still approaching through apartments. Device, he's waiting inside kitchen. The only safe escape is catwalk, and they want guns. That's all TQM can hope for at this point in time. They've got at least one more down, but karrigan is not in a position to be able to recover that. More so because JW is standing on top of it.
Well, there we go then. That's going to be the round tied up. Just Device remaining towards the kitchen area now. Has got the CZ in hand, looking for anyone that may be hunting. Native frag. He's not going to be facing the right way though. It's going to be pretty much a double eco coming in. Obviously, cajunb had the rifle last round, but they can't really justify much more than some PT-50s this time. As Fnatic dominate that round with a nice simple B play, smoking off the main entrance, like I said, taking away that vision from any CTs. With a scout perhaps, it could be jumping up, looking for any sort of information. They eliminate that factor, make their way into the site, splitting from short. There it is, pretty much full eco coming in from TQM this time as we enter round number 19. 10 plays 8 at the moment. And you would assume Fnatic can keep things very simple this time. Stay together, go frag for frag. Dennis, though, a little bit ahead of his teammates. Need to make sure he goes in together. And that's what they're doing, readjusting their site as they decimate the opponents on the bomb site.
Start again for Fnatic. It's flusha. B250 only to work with. Doesn't matter. He takes down dupreeh. He takes down Xipix as well. It's looking very good. Now JW is going to push forward, find the last remaining player. And Fnatic, they hit 11 first, despite losing the pistol. I mean, TSM, that's heartbreaking because that was their real chance to put a bed of rounds ahead of them. I mean, this is never going to be easy going against Fnatic with this much pace and this much individual skill. Doesn't matter what side they're on. They're more than capable of just ripping teams apart from within.
There we go, then we enter the first proper gun round here. karrigan, as mentioned before, is the dedicated AWP player. Looks like there could be a change that he's going to be boosted up into ladder room, but KRIMZ with the fast play into way, keeping things nice and loose here. CT's trying to work out how they can react to this, but that's the presence shown. He's the actual distraction here, Matt, because they're actually going to be working the bomb towards B, and he's going to be undetected as well. One player towards middle. That pick could have been massive for the Danish side there. Does spot olofmeister, will be forced to drop back here. And the rest of his teammates are still working his B apartments. It's going to be KRIMZ. Up to him, if he can find one pick here, that's going to be huge. If he can just get one kill, that's enough just to keep the attention towards that side of the map.
You'll have been heard when he fell off that type of position, but not spotting anyone at A. It's all on B, and it's all on karrigan, who's got two. Looks for the third and ends up going down at the hands of Dennis, but he's the last alive. 1 versus 3. Has bomb in his hands to try and make a play. As we know, those last two remaining players were on the A site. They've already cleared it, checked it off, and are rotating back through middle, and dupreeh's in a great position knowing this bomb's going down. Doesn't overcommit to it. He'll allow it. They've got great position. They've already surrounded him, and Device gets the kill. And TQM will get another round.
Yeah, nice defensive player from dupreeh. He knows if he goes down in that situation, it makes things a lot more tougher for his teammates. It's not worth the risk of the fake plant coming from Dennis and rushing him, trying to stop it. I'd rather just let them plant and play the percentages, make sure we pincer the planter correctly and keep our numbers true. Well, there we go. Dennis unable to clutch out round. He does get 2 frags, but it's not enough there. I think it just came down to KRIMZ out. Had he made even 1 frag before the execution came into B, they could have made something of it. But the money's still pretty strong for Fnatic, going to round number 21. JW this time will be picking up the AWP, so a change of pace for them. As karrigan still has the orb, obviously, for TQM. This time he'll be playing towards the A-bomb side. He's actually boost up in towards Palace himself. He's going to have someone to kill. That's olofmeister. Good way to open things up.
A great way. And well-timed smoking device as well. That stops Olof. But what it doesn't stop is flusha, who catches karrigan trying to get back to the CT stairs. And JW finds dupreeh, who gets aggressive in mid. Suddenly, the round favored Fnatic slightly. Cajun's going to have to anchor this. He picks up 2, and those are big kills. Bombs committed on the A site and dropped again. Xyp9x comes around just in time, and suddenly JW's alone. That looked dangerous for a moment, as Fnatic were finding all of the kills.
cajunb so strong on that A-bomb side, though. Keeping things to honest for TQM. Locks him down with a nice double kill. And it's just going to be JW now, who did manage to pick up the first frag. Taken down by device. Money now. Still reasonable for Fnatic. They could buy up in this round. It wouldn't be the strongest buy. I think they had enough for 1 AWP and some AKs, maybe a couple of Tech 9s as well. Be interesting to see how they approach around. Those kind of buys, when you're kind of up against the ropes a little bit, that's when you go in for the full AXQ map, just because it means you're not so reliant on the long-range picks. You can actually isolate the bomb sites with the smokes and allow your Tech 9s to get in. Let's see how Fnatic decide to approach this one. karrigan back towards mid. Bomb's been left in T-spawn for now, and there's going to be 3 players towards the B apartments. Looks like they're going for towards underpass. No aggression shown from the Danish side just yet. Going to be playing a lot more passive this time. I'm not really sure what kind of buy Fnatic may have.
Smoke does come onto that balcony. dupreeh, he gets inside of it. There's no commitment from either side, though, because we saw an additional smoke deployed inside that kitchen as well. But this is a doubly aggressive play right now. dupreeh needs to be careful, though. They're going to spot that being lobbed. They know he's in that corner. They have to. They are so close. They definitely saw that smoke come out, so he thinks he's being clever, but is he? Because JW's taken his teammate already. He actually still manages the kill on Dennis.
That's the thing. With that smoke down, it's still so difficult, even if you know he's there. You've got the grey screen as you go through. Dennis does get taken down. His team are going to retreat at this stage. It's going to be flusha picking up the bomb towards T-spawn. The guys towards A haven't really gained too much here, so it might be a little bit obvious. JW trying to cause a distraction towards the B bomb side. Once again, he needs to find 1 kill, but I think he'll be dealt with any second though. But somehow there's a little bit of a blunder coming in. A bit of an awkward exchange but it's kind of fallen apart for TQM there. Interesting round.
Yeah, that was a very awkward exchange. karrigan, though, is still in a decent position. 22 seconds. Ample opportunity to try and get that bomb in position, but karrigan's going to hit KRIMZ, and now he has to hold this. karrigan might just be able to pull this off. The second man is so far away. It's 13 seconds, and he drops the bomb. He just needs to not peek. He needs to stay alive. JW's on top of the stairwell, and he sees him, but doesn't take the shot. Goes for to the second peak. 4 seconds left, and JW forces the issue and just barely pulls it off.
What a round that was. So many awkward exchanges coming in, and JW with the flank coming in. 2 seconds remaining. karrigan did such huge work there to even make that round possible. And you could see him desperately trying to stay alive there. Jovially laughing at the situation. I don't think he was expecting to win it, but definitely gave himself a very decent chance there. Crazy AWP shots coming in from him, and a very clever play as well. This is the exchange that left us both a little bit confused. But there is JW finally wins, and he's the player that comes in and clutches in the end. Just clever play with
so big.
The Molotov into KRIMZ, forces him out of position. That shot there, fantastic stuff. And JW was so low as well. Had he just had the information that he was low, potentially could have pistoled him there, but big round for JW to clutch there. Interesting stuff, Matt. Interesting stuff.
karrigan has had so many rounds where he's come so close this year.
Yeah, you're right. Literally,
you
so
think back
many.
to IEM when he pushed against Cloud9 in a 1-on-5 on Cash and came so close, lost on the last frag. That one there, that would have been another spectacular clutch.
Well, that's actually broken the economy pretty well of TQM. They're going to be a force buy here. No kits, 3 Famases and a Mag 7. Jump out of the apartments. dupreeh answers back though, takes down Dennis. There's no reply just yet from Fnatic, but they are going to be out the bomb side. That kill would have been huge. dupreeh goes down. Now they have got control of the B side. I don't think they have any justification to going for this retake map just because they haven't got any kits, they haven't got any control. And it's a disappointing round to take on the chin, but sometimes these rounds you just have to know when to fall back.
Yeah, unfortunately. Such is the case for TQM. Fnatic find themselves on 13, and Dennis again just jumping out. So much confidence. He leads the way, 21 kills.
Yeah, lovely stuff from him once again. all of the Fnatic players. No one really dropping off. Everyone's doing very well here. dupreeh, one of the players we expect to be normally leading the scoreboard. He's having a quiet game. 9 frags for him. That's a huge round for Fnatic to win. But the good news is for them, they actually... Sorry, the good news for TQM is they keep 2 rifles and the shotgun here, so they do have something to work with. But the force buy means there won't be much cash in the reserves for the rest of the team. Big rounds coming in now. Fnatic know they're definitely in the driving seat. Can probably afford to be a little bit more fast-paced here. Force the issue with their AKs and the AWPs, and here comes a difficult buy. Zipex just in the silence USP. dupreeh on the Deagle. Device knows he has to make something happen here. He goes into underpass. He's be waiting for him though. They're going to flash him off as well. He expects it. This exchange though goes in the favor of JW.
You got to think Device. Those are the kind of duels that you almost expect him to win, when especially when he's aware like that. When he dodges the flash, he's in a good position. And that's usually when TQM start to build rounds, when they can get that opening pick. But it's twice so far in this game alone that Device has been taken down in that situation. Olaf waiting, karrigan thought he was clever, and Olaf, well, there you go. That's the play they should have done to him on Cash. Yeah. Have someone waiting for him to push in the B tunnels. So he's aware of his own play style that karrigan tries to...
You can just see now,
mimic.
Fnatic just waiting for mistakes to be made at this point. They're just waiting. They know they've got TQM up against the ropes firmly. Just sit back, wait for the reactions to come in. Olaf reads that perfectly. Nice little shot into the back. He's just waiting towards A for any rotations towards connector right now, as the rest of his teammates go. Well, it looks like they were going towards B. They're actually going to fake this. One player, it's just going to be Dennis on low HP. He probably will go down here to the CT. There it is. Zipex somehow makes a kill work with the silence USP. This could get interesting, you know, now, because KRIMZ waiting at the max 7. There it is. This is an interesting approach from Fnatic, just because they're staying by themselves for olofmeister. Grabs the round, scrap for the neck. Gets him back in a more favourable position.
Don't need to be weary of Zipex's position, because he nearly takes down flusha, brings it to a 2-on-2. He's falling back, knows he's being pushed. Olaf doesn't really care. He runs with a Tech 9 and that movement advantage. He hits the headshot. dupreeh now just waiting to take guns away, and Fnatic.
Oh, it's totally difficult to take these rounds time and time again. The Zipex obviously just with the USP that time did manage to get a kill onto Dennis. So many distractions coming in for Fnatic, this back and forth, keeping things confusing for the Danish side. Managed to pick up a couple of frags, but it's not going to be enough. As dupreeh once again, no choice to save the Famous. Decent position to do so as well. So round number 14 goes on the board for the Swedish side. Looking like maybe taking the second map as well, just in terms of their economic situation for the Danes, excuse me, as well.
Words are hard.
Words are hard sometimes. That's what I've always said.
So 2 to go for Fnatic to make it 2-0 for Fnatic. And Olaf's got his AWP. karrigan beats him to the window. That second jump, though, he was actually in position without it. Still manages to pick JW. He's not on the off. We saw that last week from them as well. Flashed off. Olaf has to turn away, but still hits the shot, and it brings it immediately back to an even keel. Rotation coming in already toward that ladder room.
And they want to try and salvage the AWP at this point.
If they can even get through that vent safely, they do manage to get across. There's dupreeh who does so. And he's got the AWP. He's going to rotate back through B and try and hold on. They're going to push Zipex in toward the kitchen position and get that back on top of Catwalk. So forward stance at the B site, and that may be where the action takes place, because Bomb's now accumulating with its teammates in toward that B apartment. KRIMZ, the forward player, he's going to go for the entry. And Dennis will hold the coveted item, the bomb that needs to go down to force the round.
Zipex, though, this is the kills are going to count. Are Fnatic going to be predicting his up front position? Here we go. Dennis waiting.
There's 3 now as well, and they're spread just enough. If they walk in together, there's a chance for Zipex, but no, KRIMZ.
Okay.
All right, I thought the slow peek the shoulder would be obvious. dupreeh still hits the shot to follow that up, but they're going to pour into the bomb site. Dennis is the first one to go. Now, this is bad because he has bomb. dupreeh, great shot to take, able to at least make them commit. Olaf gets in. He comes up with a great shot of his own on Device, jumping across the window, and it leaves it into a 2-on-2, and Olaf's considering all options, and the Tech 9 again for him will put another one in the grave. Bomb's going to go down, and Cajun, he's late to arrive. Nothing he can do to prevent it. Has the M4. Jumps through the window, flash to his left, peek from the right, and it's Olaf with the Tech 9 again. 14 now, make it 15 for Fnatic.
He got MVP at the last LAN, and it seems like he's continuing that form once again, man. There's some really, really high impact kills there. That AWP shot onto the kitchen was absolutely nuts. He actually opened up the round onto karrigan as well. That shot for me was pretty crazy, and he's just so confident right now, that Tech 9 as well, making it look like an AK at times. as we go into potentially the last round, you can see it's an absolute cluster of a buy for TQM. They've got Deagles, Famasis, UMP, CZ, karrigan, the only one of anything to speak about really is he's got the AWP once more. Managed to find the first pick last time before it's immediately answered back. That's taking a reasonable amount of damage there. JW going down to 15 HP, not far behind him with 25. As they're trying to reassess the situation now. Decent nades there.
We've seen them try and get aggressive in these apartments so many times, and it's come so close to working on so many occasions. I think, in fact, the only one that actually did, that was reasonably close. The only one that did was the pistol round. Every other time, Xyp9x has been caught off. We've seen the flash come through. We saw JW spray through the smoke and hit him on the windowsill.
Yeah.
While Xyp9x was waiting on the corner. I think it was that time dupreeh, but I mean, Fnatic are just shutting down every attempt that TQM try and make to force the issue and force their hand.
There we go, much slower approach from Fnatic. They know they've got full advantage here. But the problem is with the low HP players, could get a little bit risky, but karrigan, jumping up in that box, just gets flashed off. The pick, he thought he probably was guaranteed there, as the B split is going to come in now.
Dennis is the one to open it again, continuing great form. Xyp9x takes him down in turn, but they're losing men. Olof, Tech 9, give him that gun, you give him a kill, guarantee almost, as karrigan gets at least back into him, but it's still a 3 versus 2.